Right, alright, enough of that. Let's go into some more SC2. We've got a PVZ to start us off between ESC ICY and Nuit Blanche. As we go into a second best of 7 of the night here. We have another best of 7 lined up in 1.5 hours. We will be going straight into that live, as far as I'm aware. No matter what the score is between ESC and Nuit Blanche, we're going to be leaving this series and going into that in an hour and a half. So hopefully we'll get to see the full entirety of this series. Maybe the other teams will wait for us anyway, but I was committed to that match first. We're using this match as a filler match. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, so you guys get the point. Welcome to the stream, guys. How is everyone doing? Where is Molly? Says Abram Tank. Hi Namu. Says Jade Pop. Hi Namu. Is this league on Liquipedia? Yes. Type exclamation mark bracket, and you will be able to get your Liquipedia link. And let's just go into this game. It's a PVZ to start us off for ESC versus Nuit Blanche. Guys, are you ready? Hope you are, because in the upper right hand corner, starting off for ESC ICY, it's Grave, the Polish Protoss player. Well known in the SC2 Improved community, has been in the round of 16 of the couple of the SC2 Improved Winter and Summer League events before. Quite interesting actually, looking at the first few matches ESC have to play there on the infographic. Nuit Blanche this week, ECV next week, who went 4-3 against, who lost 3 games to 4 against Mind Sanity this week. Play Vega Squadron the week after, who were Season 2 runners-up. New Era Gaming and Skillforged a couple of weeks after that, who are both newcomers but looking very strong already. And then Mind Sanity in week 6. It's an absolutely brutal first few weeks for ESC. I feel a victory here tonight is definitely what they're going to be looking for. You know, get a good start to the season before they head into kind of a monstrous series of games. Graves' opponent in the bottom right-hand corner is from Nuit Blanche, and he is Hinoipel? Hin? What are we going to call this guy? I don't know. Hinoi? Is it maybe it's Hinoi PL? I'm honestly not too sure what exactly his name is meant to mean here. We're going to go for Hinoi and leave out the PL because I don't think I can deal with saying Hinoipel every single time. Wow, shout out to, holy crap. Hang on, right, okay, we had a few followers, guys, so let's do, at the start of this PVZ, a few Twitch shoutouts, because, let's not lie to ourselves, we know what's going to happen at the start of this. We're going to see a Nexus from our Protoss player, he's going to wall off, then, you know, then at about the 5-6 minute mark, we might start seeing something happening, but until then, not too much actually going to be taking place, so yeah, let's do a couple of Twitch shoutouts. A few guys hitting the follow button since we last did this. Kakaroto Sayajin, Hotfat, Sublimation 101, Tabashi, Lucifer 82821, and Sod9. Thank you guys for your follows. Again, following is the best way you can support the channel. See you when we're live again. Come tune in again. That's the best way you can support the SC2ITL. If you do want to support us further, donations and subscriptions are available as well. Moobot will spam that sort of information throughout the chat as we go. Excuse me just a moment, I do have to very quickly tab over to teamliquid.net so that I can change the match to ESC versus Nuit Blanche. I've also realised that I should probably change the title here as well, as these Zerglings are not successful in chasing down this Probe. So Probe is able to get away. Okay, excuse me for that, guys. Back in game now as 2 gateways getting added on the front here for Grave. Will he add a 4th one as well in his main base? Or will he not? Will he just look to, you know, take a bit more of an economy game from this? Zergling comes back to the middle of the tower, middle of the map, takes the tower just as the Probe does. Zergling actually does end up retreating. Mothership core is nearby. Probe going to keep coming forward here, looking as though he does want to try and put down some kind of pylon, get some form of aggression going early on here. And he will put this pylon down. Now it is spotted by Hinoi. So immediately here, Hinoi is going to be able to know something is coming at him. You don't put a proxy pylon down early on in this game for no reason at all. And already 16 lings on the way. With only 3 gateways to back him up here, I think Grave doesn't really have much potential with this kind of pressure. I think best thing for him to do right now is just cut his losses on the pylon and just make a couple of gases and play from there. I mean, he could warp in a few zealots and, you know, still try and pressure a little bit and just recall. But I think, yeah, go back home, macro up. Probably the better option here. As a Forger's on the way down, so he's already got more plans in this game. As he actually warps in 3 Stalkers, still kind of scary. I mean, speed is about 40 seconds away, so if these Stalkers stick around a little bit too long, that's going to be a pretty heavy early game investment just lost for Grave. But, you know, until that speed does finish, he can micro against this. It's kind of working, I mean, this pressure anyways. I mean, Hinoi has made only 29 workers and 34 for Grave, so Grave has already taken a little bit of a worker lead here as Zergling's coming in and do shut down the Zealot here initially. I mean, Zergling speed's about to finish up. More Zealots being warped in here. I'm not sure if that was a really... again, I'm not sure if this commitment is going to work out for Grave, because once the Zergling speed finishes, them Stalkers are going to be absolutely dead meat, but He's just going to retreat, actually. Hinoi not interested in committing into this any further. He's actually going to launch a counter-attack here, heading across the map. There's nothing in position to block for Grave just yet. He is pulling something down here. Is it a sentry? Okay, so he's going to get his sentry in position. Starts warping his Zealot as well to deal with this counter-attack. At the same time, Grave is still being aggressive. So, I mean, has Hinoi sent a little bit too much across the map? It looks as though, yes, he has. And now he has to come back home. He's going to lose a queen or two here, I believe, before he's able to get this down. As Grave, there's one queen killed, and Stalker's coming in and helping out with the Zealots to get the second queen. Hinoi taking more damage than he really should have against this push, as now the Stalker's going to get surrounded. He will recall out. The Zealot's left to just die. But in the end, I guess, pretty nice aggression from Grave. Doesn't really kill off any workers. He actually gets the second one there with this Zealot. Not too much damage in terms of workers. 2 queens picked off. That is pretty nice. So yeah. These Zerglings heading across the map again. Heading across the map and looking to hit this front wall pretty much right now. So Grave turns this around, and Overlord going to fall here. Ooh, just doesn't get that Overlord just yet, but no doubt that will fall very soon, as these Zerglings are still on the map, of course, doing some damage and cleaning up the this pylon. Can't start asking the chat for help. Oh, it's the end of the world. Man, sometimes with the funny names, you just have to. And if I ask for help and then someone gets mad, someone can't actually get mad at me. If I've asked for help, they can't get mad at me for then doing it wrong if they haven't helped me. That's my theory. Zergling's coming across the map here once again, and I mean, with force fields, there should be plenty here for Grave to hold on. Willing's turned away pretty quickly here, making use of these lings, which I like. He's droned all the way up to 65. These lings, more than anything, should be maybe waiting to pounce on the third base, which is created from Grave. Grave, though, is he even going to go for anything? He's actually just built up a ton of units. He's got Blink on the way as well, and it looks as though he's just going to... Okay, he is going to take a third base, so he's not going to move across the map and do anything. He's just going to start his +2, third base with Blink. Very standard stuff here. Zerotron is down. We see some missile upgrades coming in for our Zerg player right now, as he is going into an infestation pit as well. So intrigued to see what exactly will come out for Hinoi here. Grave is moving into the middle of the map. He looks as though he may try and keep up this aggression. He does have recall available, so maybe just trying to, you know, if he can get any free damage, and already he is, by picking off some overlords, that's great. He gets a roach as well. You know, this is essentially free damage for him right now, and the more of this he can do, the better it is for him. You know, he can recall at any moment, as long as he's not too late to react to that. Yeah, shouldn't take too much damage, and I mean, the only real other thing that could go wrong for him is if a counterattack came in towards this third base and killed that off and got a cancel. But the Lings don't seem to be on that side of the map. They're over here and preparing right now to deal with this Protoss army. Now, Blink has finished, +2 hasn't finished just yet. These Roaches and Lings are not going to commit forward here, and the cancel will come down on this attempted fourth base. So Hinoi not feeling as though he has the opportunity to actually, you know, secure that fourth base just yet. Just going to hang back a little while longer. Grave just going to group up his units in the middle of the map, as we do have this Zealot coming in towards this third base right now. So single Zealot just coming forward here, going to get shut down pretty quickly. I don't know if that was meant to happen by Grave, if it's a scout or what, or if it's just meant to be a single Zealot to try and pull a couple of units back. Either way, it gets shut down pretty quickly here. And during Locust, the first swarm hosts are on the way, so Hinoi looking as though he just wants to put down a, you know, he wants to play the long game here. And Robobay on the way for Grave. Probably going to add a second Robo facility as well, so you can get out them Colossi nice and quickly. Blinks forward, picks off a Storm Host. And that's a nice little pick off here to begin things off with. Now, this Storm Host shouldn't have unburrowed. Okay, there's actually an Observer here, so it didn't have really much of a choice. Nice force fields here by Grave. He falls back so you can trade nicely against this. He actually does end up losing 3 sentries, so taking a lot more damage than I did initially expect him to. And if he loses a 4th sentry, this is actually going to start being a little bit bad for him, because he doesn't have that many force fields available to him at all. And there's the recall out of there, but maybe just a little bit too late. He lost a lot of them sentries. He will now open a bunch of Stalkers, but on the aggressive side of the... Hinoi turns on the aggression, and he comes across this map here, looking to maybe try and kill off Grave. I mean, no Colossi just yet. The Swarm Host number's not that large. We're only 4 right now. The creep spread not really that far forward either, so it's quite hard for Hinoi to move across this map quickly. Hinoi just hitting his head against these rocks right now. Grave well positioned, just get a few free shots off. Swarmhost going to start sending the locusts in from the right hand side while the rest of the units come in from the left. And +2/+2 on the way for our Zerg play as well right now. Double Colossus production has begun. And, well, Grave, this army will start to get a little bit better for him here, as it looks as though we're in for the long game here in game number 1 of this best of 7. A few locusts starting to come forward, and well, some Zerglings as well also coming forward right now, and looking to try and just take a fight, but these roaches on the left aren't really able to do anything. And the Swarmers numbers continue to rise here in a very aggressive position, considering there's no creep spread to defend them or anything at all. You know, once a couple more Colossi come out for Grave, he should be able to push this back and maybe move forward into a fight with the Swarm hosts. So I think Hinoi needs to be very careful with how long he decides to sit here with these Swarm hosts for. 4th base has been established for him right now. He has not decided to utilize it just yet, however. As more locusts continue to come forward here. Looking for just looking to take a fight, looking for any kind of free damage they can get done. A couple of queens even on this side of the map right now. Swarmhost move even further forward. Is he being a bit too aggressive here? Is this the risk he's taking right now? These Swarmhosts spawning very, very close as a single Colossus is going to get caught off. Maybe the Lings are coming forward for it. Some Zealots to warp in to protect it here. Grave is going to maybe lose one Colossus. He does. That gets sniped off right now. Next wave of Locusts about to be here, so these Roaches just need to stay alive a little bit longer to get their backup. Get their reinforcements to help them out. More roaches continue to come across the map as well. +2 attack has finished as well. So these roaches are a pretty scary force right now. As the locusts are over towards the natural, while this rest of this army is over towards the 3rd base. Grave is going to be able to pick off these 2 queens. Can he get a couple of these swarm hosts? The next wave of locusts on the way out. And again, Grave just having to control backwards here, but his natural expansion is under siege right now. There's 2 colossi over here. They're going to fall down. You know, there's nothing really there to protect them. The swarm hosts are zoning out the rest of this army to the left, so these colossi are easy pickings for these roaches which are coming forward. And I think Grave might just have to tap out of this first game here, as locusts continue to push these stalkers back. Stalkers being pushed back all the time. Roaches continue to come forward and looking for the second Colossus kill on the natural. And it looks as though they will get it. Zealot's been warped in as well. This Colossus now falling out, running out of units to defend itself with to the left. And once that Colossus falls, I mean, what is really left for Grave? In fact, what's left for Grave anyways? Natural ransack 3rd base going to be falling here very soon as well. These Locusts, not much to stop them now. And I mean, his +3 is about to finish, but that's not really going to come into play here. Natural is dead, so no Nexus there anymore. And Locusts are starting to kill off the workers here in the 3rd base, as these Fuse for Grave just try and come back, maybe going to try and come in for a counterattack onto these Swarmers. He's going to try and blink in and kill a few of these off. He gets one of them, but the too many roaches, they're going to come forward now, and now this Colossus and these Stalkers are going to die as well. Locusts just working their way through this mineral line still, and the rest of the army actually just moving towards the main base once again to try finish things off. A couple more robot facilities on the way down, but again, just don't think they're going to be anywhere near in time. As these Stalkers blink forward again, looking to try and kill off some of these Swarmers. He's actually doing a good job with him warping from behind. These Swarmers are beginning to fall. And, I mean, if he'd done a move like this a little bit earlier on, it may have, you know, had a bit of an effect on the game, but unfortunately it's just a little bit too late here. And Nuit Blanche take game number 1, guys, in this next best of 7 of the day. How's everyone doing in the chat? Who are you guys supporting? You know, if you let me know who you're supporting now, I'll have a read through it during the break, and we'll do some chat mentions in the start of the next game. As Hinoi will move on to play the next player from ESC. Who will that be? Well, we're going to find out after a quick commercial break. Could be Jacko, could be Jade, could be Goody. He was in here a couple of moments ago. He still is in here. So, a few players possibly to come out. And we'll see who will be that next player after this quick commercial break, guys. In the break, if you're interested, you can head over to SC2Improve.net, where you can find out, you know, you can read up on the SC2Improve Team League and check out our Week 1 article. So, and yeah, so do give that a check, SC2Improve.net in this break, and we'll be back here as soon as we can with Game 2 of ESC ICY versus Nuit Blanche, guys. Don't go too far, because this series is only just getting started. Welcome back to SC2ITL Season 3. I'm just trying to get everyone into the lobby here, guys. The song ended just as we had our player pick, so just getting everyone invited in. Just need to make sure we're all set to go into this game, so should be not too long here. Just making sure we aren't missing any obs. There's another stream of this going as well at the same time, so just make sure what's going on. This is Pharaoh, yes, Startail took the last match. They won 4-1 in the end. So that was pretty good. Looks as though we've got everyone in here. We're just waiting for TMK to accept the game so we can get into this and yeah. So, both our players are ready. Just waiting for one of the other casters to get into the game. And once they're here, we'll be able to get into this game 2 of ESC versus Nuit Blanche. Goody, the next player up from ESC Gaming. So, he is a Terran player, and it's going to be a TVZ. As both players are ready, let's go into this. This could be another long one, guys. We know how Goody games go. I'm sure most of you guys know how Goody games go as well. Usually they take a little while. So yeah, let's go into this. How long does it take to set up a game? Well, not too long, but it takes a while for the players to for the team to pick their player, and then we're waiting for someone to accept their invite. So it took a little bit longer than usual. It's been the longest we've waited in quite some time actually for a game. But hopefully things will speed up now. Well, I say speed up now. We've got Goody playing, so. Probably not. I don't know who I'm trying to kid here. Let's go into this game. It's going to be a TVZ on King Sejong Station for map number 2. Currently leading is Nuit Blanche, and they spawn in the upper left-hand corner with Hanoi PL, who I've told is also known as Lycosa. Green Zerg play in the upper left-hand corner for Nuit Blanche. Taking that first game off of Grave. Let's see how he does against the Panzer General himself in the lower right. From ESC ICY Box, ESC Gaming. It's Goody. So let's talk about a little bit about these stats from ESC right now. So season 1 of SC2ITL, they made it to the quarterfinals, where I believe they lost to My Insanity. I think. I'm gonna check that right now actually. So I'm just gonna check that out and have a little bit of a look. Let me see. So, Season 1, they lost to... they lost to Cascade in the quarterfinals of Season 1. In Season 2, they lost in the semi-finals, and that was to Vega Squadron, who went on to lose in the finals to AT Gaming. So, continually progressing to further and further in the league every time they play. Is Season 3 going to be the time they make it to the finals? Hard to say. I mean, the league is getting harder and harder as every season goes by. It's it's hard to judge, isn't it? Like ESC are a team who definitely have the players to go far. Can they actually make it to even the playoffs? Is a hard question. I mean, only top 4 of a group get out and into the playoffs. So if we look through Group B, which is Group A, I mean, you're looking at in Group A, My Insanity, ESC Gaming, Vega Squadron, Team Alternate, Nuit Blanche. It's a strong list of teams, and a couple of odd losses here or there is all it could take to stop Goody and his team ESC advancing to the playoffs, and as well actually teams like I think Team Extreme Supremacy and New Era Gaming in Group A as well actually make it a very, very scary group. So it's kind of the awesome thing about these clan wars, it really does come down to how you perform over the entirety of the season, and it comes down to how you perform over the entire of the season. And if you do mess up against a weaker team who you shouldn't really be losing against, it can punish you. And I mean, last season it was so close. It came down. Whoa! What's going on here? We've got a Bane and Nest and Gas. Right, let's stop talking about teams and let's talk about what's going on in this game. We have no expansion coming up from Hanoi. Goody comes in here though. He scouts this straight away from SCV Scout. He's gone 1 Rax expand though, so he doesn't have Hellions on the way. He's only going to have a bunker on the high ground and Marines to hold this off with. He's going to need to get, I guess, barracks kind of quickly here, because, I mean, there's attacks coming across the map right now. Right, and I mean, if Hanoi can win this game and take ESC down to 2-0, then all of a sudden, ESC not looking to actually be offered to the best start of Season 3 anyway, when considering we're just talking about, will they make the playoffs or will they not. I think this is going to be a dead SCV on the low ground, so I think that's actually going to be a cancelled command center here. Maybe not cancel command center. He will hold it for now. He's going to make it down here and make sure he can add another SCV on to finish it off, so he can at least keep his command center alive. few Zerglings coming across the map, not many just yet, more on the way. As Zergling speed's about to kick in, so reinforcements will come across here a lot faster. 6 Banelings, 2 Banelings already on the low ground and 5 more morphing in. So going to be ready here fairly soon. And here we're going to try and end this nicely quickly. A second bunker on the way up for Goody. Now the problem is, once you bust through this first depot, how do you get through the bunker afterwards? That is the real issue here. Is there going to be enough room to bust? There's a second bunker coming up as well, and a secondary wall from Goody. Maybe he goes in this side and tries to just bust down the depots. And once he busts down the depots, just try and run by and into the mineral line instead. And that's why, of course, why Goody is creating a second wall to make sure that doesn't happen here. As these SCVs are, sorry, these Banelings are still thinking about how they're going to go, and now they're going to come up the ramp. What are they going to explode on? They're just going to go through into the bunker, and there's not quite enough here, and the repairs are going to start coming down. Now, positive thing is that, you know, this, okay, you can drop the depot, and you can make another depot here if you would like to. You actually cancels that here. Okay, now he gets it down. It looks as though the SCV couldn't actually still fit through there. This is still kind of tough for Hanoi. I mean, he comes up this ramp again, he has another depot to bust through, and then he's still got this bunker to get through somehow with very little surface area. I don't know if it's going to happen. If he had a couple more Baners there, he would have made it through, but it just wasn't enough. Now he actually loses a single Baneling to a single Marine. And Hanoi is struggling to really achieve anything here. Lings go up the ramp, they take some damage from the Marines in the bunker. And, well, currently Hanoi is in a lot of trouble, honestly. I mean, back at home, we do see him mining some gas. Still, he's not expanding. Still, he's just continuing to build up his Bane. Well, I say continue to build up his Bane count. He's not actually started up any new Banelings just yet. An Overlord goes down in the main. A factory and 2 factories on the way here. I kind of like this because, of course, Goody wants to play mech anyway. But he's just going to be able to mass produce Hellions here, and Hellions are just going to be the 100% hard counter to these Lings and Banes. If Hellions are out, they can force this away. He can retake as natural, and he can play the game out from there. Goody going to lose an SCV on the front. As not really sure what he's trying to achieve here, Hanoi, as he kind of moves around in a few different directions. He's got a lot of gas starting to bank up here now, 200 in total. He's actually taking a second gas as well, so maybe he's going to try and go into a lair or something to finish this up with, or to transition with. Hellions on the way out, so I mean, again, I don't think Ling Bling is going to be the way to continue committing forward. See Banelings here, looking as though they're ready for SCVs to come down to the low ground. Goody salvages one of them bunkers. Command Center will be stopped from landing. Okay, we'll be able to land here. But now Hellions are going to start coming down this ramp, and Goody, he should be able to just push this away without too much of an issue. So these Hellions just sitting around right now. Depot's starting to be added on. Goody has forced this on all the way back home. Lair is on the way for Hanoi. So step 2 of this build is being revealed right now. It's going to be Hanoi going into this lair. But what exactly will it be for? Maybe a Nidus? Will that really work here? I'm not too sure. His Overlord's actually going to be spotted. And, if Goody has the control of the Hellions on the map, there's no reason he can't pull these Marines out and come and pick off this Overlord. So if it's going to be a Nidus, that could be shut down very, very quickly here. Otherwise, what does he do? Go for one base Spire, sorry? Perhaps? He's slowly pushing his creep spread down. Where's he going with this drone? Is he going to make a third base over here? Oh, well, his first expansion over here? I'm not too sure what exactly he's trying to do with this. Hellions come around, they don't see a base here. He's going to hide something. Okay, so he's hiding a Spire, right? Or is he going to hide a Nidus? Spire. Okay, so he's hiding a Spire. Hellions on the low ground, though, picking off a couple of Banelings, taking a little bit of damage. And that Spire coming down in a little bit of a hidden spot here by Hanoi. Will it be enough, though? I mean, Rotron's now on the way as well. Scan comes down, bang in the main. And the thing is, Goody doesn't see or get any confirmation as to what exactly this is. Like, he sees a Rotron, so I guess he thinks maybe some Roach Hydra timing. But he sees how late the... I mean, it can't be Roach Hydra. There's no way you can get a Roach and Hydra on one base. He sees how late the natural expansion is, so he knows that it's kind of a confusing scenario. Spire's just over halfway done now, as the first 4's on the way. And I mean, Hinoi's not going to be able to get that many Mutalisks out even. There's a single Viking here as well. And you have a Banshee being produced as a third command that comes down for Goody as well. This 1-4, with a few SCVs to repair, should be more than enough. We actually see Hellbats coming in here a little bit later, actually come across the map and see this. And actually all of the Zerglings go down. But, well, the Hellbats are, they'll do a good job. And Transfuse actually comes down to save this creep tumor. So really valuing his creep right now. Hinoi continues to spread this forward. The Spire has finished 3 meters on the way. He can only afford 5 meters in total. 6 in a couple more seconds when he gets a little bit more gas. But, I mean, 6 meters, how much are they really going to achieve here? This Viking is out. We have a single turret on the way down in the back of this natural. Have we got one in the main? No. I mean, the 4's in the main. Bless me. It's just one of them situations right now where quite simply Hinoi just cannot do anything. He's gonna just keep on building up his Mutalisk camp before he reveals them. But I mean, how long can he wait for? He's 30 workers down. These Mutas like have to kill off like an entire mineral line to really pull him back into this game. And I mean, there's probably enough Marines here, unupgraded, to just take these Mutas on alone. There's still that 4 in the main base. I mean, the main base is probably the most unprotected. A single turret, a 4, and a Viking. But even that is kind of scary when you've only got 7 Mutalisks. They're coming around this right-hand side of the map, so let's see which angle they're going to try and come in from. As Goody looks good here right now in game 2. I really can't see him losing this game. He's almost double the supply of his bow, and even if these Mutas do more damage than we expect them to, like, GG's just called. We're kind of just waiting for that, and Hinoi's just waiting for his last opportunity there to try and do a little bit of damage before tapping out of the game and admitting defeat to let Goody even up this series. 1-1 right now in this best of 7 all kill. A few more guys hitting the follow button on Twitch. Mr. G-Cart, Wolfie, Artifact Surf, Lord Chernabog, RC Moore, Charleston Jew, Alexson of Jack, Mark DMT, Katali Calmelo, and Jin60, lots of other numbers. Thank you guys for your support and the follows. ESC Goody evening up the series here against Nuit Blanche. Again, as another reminder, Team Extreme Supremacy versus Connor G Sports starts in about 1 hour. We'll be going into that series no matter what scenario we're in right here between ESC and Nuit Blanche. So a lot of StarCraft action still to come your way from SC2ITL here today. Next player will be coming out here from Nuit Blanche very soon. I'm hoping that's not going to be as long as a wait as it was for ESC to pick Goody. So hopefully we should be back here in a few moments' time with Game 3 of this best 7 all kill for Week 1 of SC2 Improved Team League Season 3. Welcome back, guys, to ESC Gaming versus Nuit Blanche for Game 3 of this best of 7 all kill matchup for Week 1 of the SC2ITL Season 3. We're getting ready to we should be getting into this third game in just a moment. Looks as though there'll be Petit Drogo coming out from Nuit Blanche. Just got picked, so let's just see what map pick he wishes to choose here. As he's a Grandmaster Zerg player, and we're going to get into this game in a couple of moments. No, sorry, he's a Protoss player. What am I talking about? I always get confused. Some of these, like, it's really weird. Like, a lot of the French teams, I just kind of mix up their players a lot. It's going to be merry-go-round here for this PVT, which is going to be interesting, especially if Goody does decide to play mech, which honestly I do not doubt that he will. So, going to load up here in a few moments' time. I'm just creating the lobby right now, and we'll get invites to our players, and hopefully we'll be able to get into this game nice and quickly. So inviting, and we should be all good to go into this. So just waiting for one player, for one of the casters to accept, and we should be able to go to this. What song was that? It's called. It's either called. Yes, sorry. I was about to say Little Boy. It's Little Numbers by Boy. So that's our song. TMK once again not accepting his lobby invite as fast as possible, which is annoying. If Goody is ready, we're going to be able to get into this as soon as our other casters are in the game and ready to go, so that we can keep going nice and quickly. So Goody is ready as well, which means we can start this up. A PVT coming up on merry-go-round for game number 3 of this best of 7. So I'm gonna get this set up and go in game here in a couple moments of time. And yeah, so get everything set up, done, and we should be good to go. So let's take us in game. As in the upper left hand corner we have the purple Terran player from ESC Gaming. It's Goody, taking map number 2 to even up this series, breaking a pretty solid hold. Nuit Blanche manager now deciding to take a bit of a lag out. So Nuit Blanche's manager lagging out just a moment here. Should be back into this pretty soon though, I would hope. Only 30 more seconds to go here, guys. Ziegman56 and Orange Tango hitting the follow button on the stream. Thank you very much for the follows. As we just wait here to for our manager to drop, so we can get this started. Alright, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're all good to go. So, in the upper left hand corner of the map from ESC Gaming, it's the purple Terran player Goody. And in the 6 o'clock position from Nuit Blanche, Petite Drogo. Right, so Nuit Blanche is a team who've had a lot of ups and downs in SC2 Improved Team League so far. In Season 1, they went 13-0 in their group stage. They made it to the round of 8 of the playoffs. They got a bye in the round of 16 because they finished first in groups. And then it all went wrong. They met My Insanity and they got My Insanity pretty hard. My Insanity then went on to win the first season of the SC2ITL. Last season, people, they came into this, they expected to do well, and then they just kind of petered off. They didn't really make it. They just avoided demotion. The cut-off line was 9th place and lower, got demoted to the 2nd division, or had to requalify. They just scraped 7th in their group, so just below the middle mark of their group in Season 2. And of course, I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking to improve here. They've got a pretty nice set of matches to start things off. Mouse Control and Fox in weeks 4 and 6 respectively. They're two teams who came from the 2nd division from last season, so a couple of easier matches in the start. Carnage have struggled in the last season as well. Alternate did okay last season, so that's going to be a pretty tough match for them. Team Extreme Supremacy, they are newcomers, so the first few weeks of matches here for Nuit Blanche, a mix of good and old, but that will mean the latter weeks will hold a few tougher opponents all in a row as well. So we have a probe up to the top side of the map already scouting around, seeing what's up, and Goody has indeed invested into a gas at the start of this, so he's just going to go for a reactor here to start things off. Unless he's actually just going to go straight into a factory. I didn't see the timing of this gas. What's it on? 2428? Is that 15 gas maybe? Yeah, it looks like it's just been a 15 gas. He's going to get a couple of Marines out, and he can add on his reactor, add on his factory, and open whichever way he wishes to do so from there. Probably add on a starport as well to get some early map control, but a little bit of early aggression down in the game. And there's a factory being added on right now in the production tab as we watch this SCV come up to the incorrect location. This probe already been came across here, but didn't actually decide to scout all the way into the base. Decided to just stop short, and a little bit intriguing. I guess because the two Marines were there, he decided it wasn't worth losing his probe to just try and get info. I guess he wouldn't have gotten anything in the end anyways. This SCV is still coming across the map here. Mothership core on the way out, so this should be able to get cleaned up pretty quickly from Petite Drogo as well. Goody will get the information he needs though, which is going to be that he sees this fast expansion coming down for the Prost player on the low ground. Petite Drogo just going to start taking his second gas now, and just start getting setting up to continue on in this game. Probably throw down a Robo facility would be the obvious choice, but Twilight Council, possibility, a Stargate more of a possibility. Either would really work fairly well. I think a Stargate's a great way to open against Goody, because if you know he's very likely to open in some kind of 1-1-1 fashion, Phoenix can shut this down so well. It's simply because you can, the Phoenix can stop the dropship, they can stop the medevac, they can lift up, say, Hellions before they run in towards the mineral line. So I actually think a Stargate opening would be pretty nice against Goody, but it's just going to be the Robo facility. We're seeing more and more of this. Less Stargate, more Robos straight away to start things off. So, Petit Drogo just going to add on the second gateway as well and get ready to accept the aggression from Goody. I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably has a pretty good idea that something is coming across the map from the Terran player in the very near future. I'm sure these guys are probably out on the ladder, and he's probably used to the way Goody's played. I think some people were discussing in the chat before, Goody's weakness is that he's fairly predictable, and I would imagine this 1-1-1 opening is fairly common as a way for him to open up in TVP. So 3 Hellions are going to come out here, and what's he going to pick up in the medevac? The Hellions or the Marines? I think, yeah, the Marines pick up, move across the map with the Hellions once the 4th one pops out, and try and attack in 2 locations at the same time. Stalker's blocking the ramp right now to stop Hellions running up there in case he does have to pull his probes up into the main. And this SCV probably just sitting in the middle of the map watching in case anything comes across. Petit Drogo with a couple of gateways going around moving to warp gates. He's going to be able to get a couple of extra Stalkers in here. So this shouldn't be too much of an issue for him. This medevac will be spotted as it comes in and starts dropping off next to this pylon. Immediately those Stalkers come in and begin to fight. There's 5 Stalkers in total again. The real power of this is the fact that Hellions are going to come in at the same time towards the natural expansion and try and do some damage down there. So they're going to get in here and they're going to cut the probes off from being able to run up into the main base. Not too many workers going down just yet. He lines a few of them up now though. Phone overcharge comes down and he does grab a couple. And Petit Drogo does end up taking a little bit of damage here. 8 workers killed. Still holds a couple of workers lead, but of course Goody does have an orbital command, so Mule will add on to this. Second command center not yet finished though, so I mean, it's kind of expected to do some damage. It's the kind of point of the build. As long as he's got enough workers left over, though, Petit Drogo should be fine. Again, Goody delays his own command center. Teams prepare his own commands. He delays his own command center to be able to do this aggression. So he does take a bit of damage here, and actually in a little bit of trouble. If Petit Drogo stops this bunker coming up, this is really troublesome for Goody right now, because he did lose a lot of his army here initially. He's got a tank in the back, but that's going to be a depot which can go down. How far does this tank reach? I think that's going to be a reactor kill as well. This is a really, really great start actually for Petit Drogo. He should just move away, and yeah, this reactor's in range also, so reactor falls. And I mean, what else is in? What is this tank? It doesn't actually stop these Stalkers coming around this side. Second tank is what he really needs here. He might actually lose the barracks, so just in the end of the world if he wants to. Well, he actually kind of is, because he needs that barracks to be able to make more factories. And whoa, Petit Drogo just going to commit forward here. He's going to go for the tank. A bit of a shame really to give up on killing the tank when it's like 1 or 2 more hits away from death. So I feel like that's a little bit of a mistake here, as Drogo just falls back right now. This first tank going to move forward to start covering this ramp. Goody took some serious damage here. I mean, that barracks will delay how quickly he can take his extra factories. May have to put down just a faster third command center instead, just to spend his money, because I don't know what else he can really spend it on right now. He's only got very limited gas income. There's more Stalkers coming across here. We've got an Immortal on the way as well. Petit Drogo just looking as though he's just going to keep on building up in this game. Only 2 gateways still. He's not actually made that many more workers. He's only on 31. When did Goody kill 24 workers? Wow, I have missed something extremely huge here in this game. Wow. Well, that is slightly embarrassing. Goody has somehow killed 24 workers. So 60 more workers at some point. What was going on? I'm going to have to open the stream and watch on the delay to see what it was. Looks as though Petit Drogo just wants to move forward here and go for an attack up this ramp, but is it going to be possible? There's 3 tanks. I guess he could come in towards the left-hand side of the natural. This Immortal coming forward here picks off the tank on the low ground. This Immortal continues to take damage though as he keeps moving forward into more and more of these tanks. There's still these tanks on the high ground. Immortal gets picked off here. Zealots are going to connect to these tanks as well though. And Goody's actually just going to lose everything. And it looks as though Petit Drogo is going to be able to break him. Now it looks as though it was the units. It was the thing which did all the damage to Petit Drogo's economy. Was the Marines in the Marines in the main base. let you guys know about that in chat, so maybe it's a little bit more understanding for you guys to watch. And Petit Drogo takes down Goody. Goody only taking a single map, putting Nuit Blanche into the lead here. So 2-1 advantage now for Nuit Blanche in this best of 7. ESC with their next player to come out next, and we'll be going into game 4 in a few moments time, as ESC have to pick another player. Hopefully it won't be too long before we get into that game and we get that player pick. And yeah, guys, if you're enjoying the show, you want to know when we go live and see some more of this, you can check us out on Twitter at SC2_improve. It's the best way to follow us, to see what events we're running, what stuff we're casting and stuff like that. And yeah, Twitter is probably the best place to check us out. If you're not a Twitter user and more of a Facebook user, then you can check out facebook.com/SC2improve as well. We don't post as often over there, but we still do post a little bit. So guys, we'll be back here in a few moments time with game 4 of this best of 7 all kill. And ESC, they lose another map and they might very well be in a little bit of trouble. Sorry for a little bit of an extended break, waiting for players to pick the map. It took a while, longer than expected, but we're going in now to ZVP on Catalina for game 4 of this second best of 7 all kill of the day. Just jumping into this right now, guys. Who are you supporting? If you're supporting anyone, do let us know in the chat. We'll do some chat reading at the early stages of this game, providing nothing too crazy starts up from these two players at the start of this. So we're going in game right now, and we're going to take off the overlay in just a couple of moments once we have our scoreboard set up. And Aries has finished loading in. Aries, the next player up from ESC Gaming, to try and even up this series once again. They always seem to be trailing here, as Nuit Blanche have Petit Drogo on the field right now. So Aries with the opportunity to even up the series. Petit Drogo the opportunity to take it to match point and to force one final player out of ESC. As it's 1-2 right now. Our scoreboards are set up and we're all set to go into this game. So guys, if you're ready, I hope you are in the upper right hand corner. It's the green Zerg player from ESC Gaming, Aries. His opponent is from Nuit Blanche, down here in the bottom. I keep saying bottom and it's just the left. In the left, it's Petit Drogo playing here for Nuit Blanche. So if you're enjoying either of these teams' performance so far today, do check them out on Twitter at Team Nuit Blanche, or Facebook/Team Nuit Blanche, or ESC. Let's just bring them back up. You can check them out at ESC Gaming or /ESC Gaming on Facebook. So do check out the teams, as you know, they're giving us some great games, some really entertaining games here today. Even more entertaining if I didn't, you know, miss 20 workers or so dying to Hellions being redropped in the main base or something. So yeah, eyes on the mini-map for this 4th game now. As again, Ez is going to be looking to even up this series. He's going to scout in the correct direction with this Overlord here initially, which is obviously a good thing. The faster he can get, you know, if the faster he can get a scout off, the better for him. So yeah, this Overlord on the way across the map in the right direction, a gateway on the way here, and gas being taken as well by Petit Drogo. So he's really just setting up as you know you would expect him to. No Nexus first, but just a gateway expand, most likely in this PvZ. Now in a moment here, he's going to see that this is a his first Overlord is coming to the correct direction, so he's going to be able to change the direction of this Overlord and set that on course to come over here and probably come in towards the main base later on in the game for a little bit of a scout, unless he tries to get this Overlord behind the main base. Also a possibility as he comes forward here with this first Overlord. We'll see what exactly he wants to do. He may just be checking here to make sure his opponent is here and it's not just the scouting probe he saw. And he will, but it looks like the Overlord will continue through. He sees the Cybernex core on the way, he sees the gateway finished, and he knows what kind of opening this is, and soon enough he'll see just a single gas as well. So he knows there's some expansion on the way very soon, and that's all he wanted to see as he changes the direction of this Overlord. This Overlord on a different course of on a different route now as well, and yeah, a couple of lings pop out of this hatchery in the main base as Aries gets set to go. Is whatever style of play he wants to go for, whether he takes a fast third. It looks as though he will here, already escorting a drone over to the third base with a couple of Zerglings in tow. Mr. G Cott saying he's never heard of Nuit Blanche before, but he will root for them. AC saying that they are the best. Apparently because Nuit Blanche have the best name. I remember when I You know, it's funny because before I knew a lot of these teams, before they played in the SC2ITL a few times, I was like that. It was like, which of them has a better name? Okay, I reckon I want these guys to win. And as AC saying, Nuit Blanche does mean like all-nighter in English. So yeah. And now, yeah, well, now I've got Crowtail correcting my French and saying it's Nuit Blanche, but do you not just think it sounds better if you say Nuit? Like, it just sounds so much like... It just sounds better to me. 3 gateways on the way here. Petit Drogo looking as though he's going to get aggressive against this fast free hatchery of Ares. I mean, Nuit Blanche, it's just a little bit too French, really, isn't it? I mean, of course they're a French team, but I think it's just a little bit too French for me. I'll never be able to live for myself if I start saying it. And now I'm probably saying Blanche wrong as well. Blanca. Nuit Blanca. Are you happy now? Zergling here gonna get a sight on this pylon. First Zealot and Mothership Core is here. Will Ares be able to hold on? I mean, we've seen this kind of play kill off a Zerg player already today on this map as well, when Stun took down his opponent on I forget his name, but it was the Belgian player on this map as well. Zergling's going to try and initially here go for the pylon, which isn't going to work out too well for them. Queen's on the way out here to help defend as well. And this Mothership Core has to decide carefully what exactly he wants to commit onto. Time warps on the Queens perhaps, as it's actually going to come forward. He's going to start getting top of the down. I think now he has to drop the Time Warp. Is it going to get away? It's going to drop the Time Warp and it will just get away on a little bit of health remaining. Now he's continuing to pour units forward here. 40 more Lings coming up, and it looks as though with the help of these Queens, he's going to have more than enough to turn this away. And he holds on to his third base, so nice little opening here for Ares. He's going to be able to hold on from this initial aggression. Petit Drogo going to just sort up his couple of gases back at home in his natural. Go up to 3 gases now, and very likely we'll start seeing him add on some further tech here very soon. So, these few Lings coming across the map, looking for an opportunity to counterattack, but it doesn't look as though they're going to be successful. And Petit Drogo just sitting on top of the ramp with these few units right now. Forge on the way, Rotron and Lair on the way for Ares, so there we go, get the teams back up on the scoreboard. So yeah, I mean, he's just taking up forward here as well. I mean, with the 3 bases, he can drone up quite a lot. He's held off this initial aggression, which is great. Now he just has to be wary of maybe any kind of follow-up push. But with the Forge only just starting, only being about halfway done, it's going to be a while before that comes in. If you could scout that with this overlord, that'd be great, because then you'd know it's just going to be some kind of commitment to going on further in the game. It's not going to look to end this anytime soon. Generally, upgrades will mean that the Pros player wants to see this game go on at least a little while longer. So, if Ares could come in and scout that with his overlord, which is near the main base, that would be perfect. But right now, Petit Drogo's actually just warping in a lot of sentries, and where's his Mothership Core? Over here still. So he's got an energy for recall if he wants to move out. It looks as though he's trying to sit here in case these Lings run up the ramp again, so he can trap them. Playing a brave game now as he moves over towards the third base, going to put this down. I think he's got enough force fields to hold off from these Lings. I don't think these Lings are going to be able to force a cancel or anything along those lines. They're going to try and come up the ramp here, but they will be unsuccessful. As you can see right now, getting turned away pretty easily. He's out blocking the ramp. Third base now being established, and Petit Drogo is going to keep on probing on up. And on a Twilight Council as well, so it looks as though it's just going to be that classic kind of +2 blink hold on 3 bases. Question is Ares too far ahead because of the way this game started out? He's had it on a Hydralisk Den here. Yet to really use his Evolution Chamber, starts up +1 missiles. So it looks as though he's going to be playing a Ling Hydra opening. Can transition into a lot of different things. It's kind of going to be a little bit scary for Petit Drogo. Let's see if he can hold on for the first wave of units. Once you get past that first wave, generally it gets a lot better. A slight gap in them force fields allow a couple of extra Lings to slip through, but some of them do get picked off here as well. And, well, Ares just coming back here now. And then we're going to move across the map again. Going to look to see if he can get an opportunity to maybe force the cancel on this third, but I don't think he will. Dark Shrine on the way as well for Petit Drogo. He's consistently scouting, which I really like with these hallucinated phoenixes. Always knowing what his opponent's up to, where his opponent's units are, and you know, stuff like that. As this hallucination comes across the map here, looking for an opportunity to just, again, just see whatever's up. He sees these Hydralisks out. Doesn't see any roaches, so you can start making a pretty decent, you know, 40. You know, you can pretty much start assuming here it's going to be Ling Hydra coming towards him very soon. These Dark Templar could do a lot of damage. No detection available in the third, nothing available in the main or natural. There's of course a layer up, but there's no overseer on the map, so these DTs could definitely do a fair amount once they start coming in. There's no probe out on the map though. Dark Shrine is on the way, and a War Prism as well to help them in towards the main base perhaps. And these Hydra are starting to move forward here. For Ares, looking as though he may try and take a fight here very soon. Grooved Spines has finished, Muscular Augments on the way to increase the Hydralisk speed, venturing a long way off creep, so if he gets caught in a position where he has to retreat from, he will be in a little bit of trouble. Now, Petit Drogo, because he committed to that 4-gate attack early and didn't set the Zerg player too far back, he doesn't have Blink yet, he doesn't have +2 yet, so this is kind of the worst time for him to fight. Force Field's already coming down, which will allow these Hydras to move up towards the natural. DT's warping in and already starting to move across. Phone overcharge used here. These DTs are going to make such a huge difference because the DTs are going to be able to allow him to, you know, force this, the Zerg player back. And now he actually picks off a DT at the front here with an Overseer. Spore Crawlers begin, but it's too late as they're in the main base. We have DTs already ravaging Queens and picking off drones. Drone's going to get pulled away. Spire on the way. If you could cancel the Spire, that'd be great because it stops any kind of transition from the Zerg player. And, well, only a Spore Crawl on the way at the third base now, I assume. Yeah, it's just one Spore Crawl at the third base, and DTs are doing an absolute ton right now. DTs are going to escape here, but the Hydra's are going to shut it down. Are they? No, they should have shut it down, but they didn't. Now, the Queen over here and the drones are going to surround to shut down this Dark Templar. Still a Dark Templar in the natural, working away on Zerglings right now, on 13, 14 kills. Finally, the Overseer's here. And now the Dark Templar dies, but 24 workers killed. That puts Petit Drogo at a 30 worker advantage. And, I mean, them Dark Templar, they did the damage he wanted them to do. He bought them time as well. He caused the Zerg player to turn around, back off for now, and have to come again another day. And now it's another day. Colossus production has begun, +2 and Blink have finished. And it's a much different scenario to the original fight which was about to take place here. This War Prism's still alive up to the top side. There's Ling Hydra looking ready to come forward once again. The Spire's still alive, so tech switch still available here from Ares. And Ling Hydra coming forward, starting to attack into this natural expansion. Petit Drogo going to come down and fight this, and some nice forces, but letting a few too many Zerglings through, I feel. First Colossus still on the way out. This is a big opportunity for Ares now. If he can break through here, he should be okay, because he'll be able to do a fair amount of damage in terms of this counter attack to make up for the workers lost from the Dark Templar. There's one Colossus popping out, and I think it might be enough. And actually, all of these Hydras get trapped in here now. No Overseer nearby. It's been picked off, so that Dark Templar helps out a lot as well. A couple of hallucinated Archons are tanking a lot here in the front also. And wow, Ares gets completely cleaned up, and Petit Drogo now in a great position to be able to launch a counterattack across the map here once again to try and get a little bit more done. Some Hydras do fall back onto the creep, and we'll be able to keep falling back all the way home to group up with reinforcements. Roach Hydra going to be the composition. This Spire not being used all game long, potentially because it was spotted by Petit Drogo. So he thinks maybe it's not worthwhile, but in the end, Petit Drogo never actually made any kind of response to it, apart from, you know, he already had +2 in Blink Stalkers, but he didn't add a Stargate or anything. He didn't add a Stargate or respond to it in any other way, so I feel as though that's maybe a missed opportunity for Ares. But of course, you know, what can he do? He's took a risk and just said, right, I'm going to stick to Ling Hydra instead. He could also speak, he lost so many drones, he just didn't have the money to really tech into Mutalisks or tech switch into Mutalisks. As Petit Drogo knows how easily he won that last fight and how convincingly he won it, and he's going to move forward right now and come in, and I mean, these units just seem to be so spread so thinly. A couple of force fields coming down, just keep them away a little bit. One Colossus falls fairly quickly here, but Stalker's blinking back. This Mortal adding a lot in against the Roaches at the front. Some Queens transfusing. There's still one Colossus here, adding a lot of splash damage into against these Hydralisks. And, well, it's just not going to be enough. GG is called, and Petit Drogo takes Nuit Blanche and that map point. And what a great start to the season it would be if they could take down last season's semi-finalists in week 1 of the competition. A lot has changed for ESC in that time. They've lost Showtime from their roster. And I guess today they've lost Goody fairly quickly. So they've got one more player to send out. Who will it be? They've got Jade here in the chat. They've got Jacko here in the chat. So they've got a couple of options. To try and take down Petit Drogo. You know, they've got to take down Petit Drogo and then 2 more players from Nuit Blanche to take this victory. It is not going to be easy at all. And Enabling Balance saying the Hydras were on strike, and that's why they didn't kill the Kill the warpers and we don't shoot, we won't kill. Oh dear. Alright guys, we're going into game 5 of this best of 7 all kill after a quick commercial break. Just a reminder, we do have one more best of 7 tonight as well. Carnage Esports versus Team Extreme Supremacy takes the stage at in about 20 minutes time, so hopefully we'll be done with this series by then. If not, we'll just go into the Carnage versus TES nonetheless. So guys, quick commercial break here. We'll be back in a few more moments with game 5 of Nuit Blanche versus ESC. Alright guys, let's go into game number 5 of ESC Gaming versus Nuit Blanche. Platinum Terran in the chat saying he's pretty cool, and I'm pretty cool as well right now actually. Some good games so far. Like Crowtail singing along and bounce, 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 bounce. Both players are ready, so we're going to start this game and get into this 5th game when Petit Drogo has the opportunity to knock ESC down and out for the count in week 1 of the SC2ITL. One upset that would, well, what an upset. I mean, Nuit Blanche are a very strong team. I think last season they kind of ran into a few really close losses, and that led to them kind of just, you know, finishing 7th, when really they were kind of close to finishing at least a little bit better than 7th. Actually going to see, did they play ESC last season? I think they were in different groups. Yeah, they were in different groups last season. So, Nuit Blanche, they finished 5-6. They were pretty even, and they were only -1 on map score. So anything they won and lost was pretty even altogether. So, yeah, maybe their 7th place in season 2 in the group stage wasn't exactly the best performance for them. But right now, the semi-finalists of season 2, ESC ICY, are pulling it all on Jade here, the pink Protoss player, to the upper left-hand corner of Nimbus to try and finish things off here. Oh, try and finish off Petit Drogo's run. It's they're not going to finish things off at all. They've got 2 more maps at least. Well, yeah, they've got 2 more maps after this one to go if they want to come back and win this clan war. Guys, how are you all doing in the chat? Who are you supporting? Come on, let's make some noise. There's like 900 of you watching, and there's only a few of you in the chat. Come on, let's join the chat. Let's have some opinions. Let's have some views. Let us know who you're cheering for, and let us know who you're excited to see play and who you think is going to win. In the lower left-hand corner from Nuit Blanche, the current, this team in the advantage point right now. Petit Drogo for them. And again, he's been playing some pretty good SC2 today. Them DTs in the last game, absolutely game-changing, taking him into a 30 worker lead, and then it was a hold on the Ling Hydra and a counter-attack to seal the deal. Now his PvP will be tested, so Goody and Ares, now Jade, to finish things off. And Nuit Blanche could take this first victory here in week 1 of the SC2ITL. And a 4-1 scoreline as well. That'd be again a great, boost to their confidence, most likely. There's gateways on the way for both of these players to start things up here. I mean, Nimbus is a map where you can see a lot of different things. The in-base expansion definitely allows you to, expand a little bit faster than you usually may be in PvP. So it's definitely a possibility that we see something along those lines. The Cybernex core is going to come down here as well. And Jade still just chrono boosting out some probes. And I believe the same thing's probably just happening on this side of the map. Petit Drogo doing the exact same currently. As Jade's been a little bit annoying. He's scouted his opponent in the first location. He's just trying to be as annoying as he can with this probe of his own. Unfortunately for Petit Drogo, he's going in the incorrect direction. So he's going to spot his opponent last unless he decides for some reason to go cross map now from his current location instead of to the top right. A little bit of a slow start here, both players adding on second gateways, so we're going to see 3 Stalker pokes across the map, most likely. Stargate on the way here for Jade as well. So Jade with the Stargate right now, and looking to just continue on with this. And tech up fairly quickly in the game. I mean, the Stargate coming down quite quickly means he may not actually try and get 3 Stalkers out, but he has started 1 Stalker here. There's a sentry actually on the way out for Petit Drogo, so he might just try and expand fairly quickly. Because he hasn't got any tech down, he may just be looking for the sentry to throw force fields down on this ramp nice and early on, if needed. Oh, he looks as though he's going to build a Stargate there for a second, and he actually will. Alright, so Stargate versus Stargate, this is going to be interesting. So actually very similar builds, just Jade is committed to his Stargate a lot sooner than his opponent. And what will he get out from it? It's going to be an Oracle first. Now, because Petit Drogo can't really spot this coming, if he makes, well, okay, he might see it with the Mothership Core, and if he sees it with the Mothership Core, that would be absolutely huge, because immediately he can start up a Phoenix of his own, and just shut down the Oracle before it does any damage at all. You know, the Oracle is, is destined to die if it comes up against a Phoenix. So that's a possibility right now, as this Mothership Core comes across up the left-hand side of the map. So yeah, Mothership Core is going to see this Oracle, and immediately here this means Petit Drogo just starts up a Phoenix, and he's going to be laughing, because he's going to be like, yo, I've got a Phoenix advantage, I'm going to shut down your first Oracle. Oh, nearly loses the Mothership Core, that was very close. And the worst thing about it is there's a second Oracle on the way for Jade, so Jade, if he doesn't see the Stargate soon enough from his opponent, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. 6 seconds until that Oracle comes out, and if he doesn't cancel it as the Phoenix comes in and starts to chase it down, it's going to be a complete waste of money, and it finishes, so this Oracle is not going to be any use at all. The first one falls here to this Phoenix. There's absolutely nothing, and immediately Jade can't really commit to any kind of Stargate play anymore. He's going to be just too far behind on Phoenix, I feel, to really commit to this. I mean, he's talking about a second Oracle, which already isn't going to be that useful. He's adding on 2 more gateways. It looks as though he's just going to try and come in and kill his opponent off, but I'm not sure how successful that's really going to be. Petit Drogo, yes, he doesn't really have a photon overcharge available, simply because he recalled out. He got the scout off early on. Hallucinated Phoenix coming across here to scout and see what's happening. He is going to see these extra gateways, so immediately he knows now what's coming towards him. These Phoenix will be so useful in the sky. They're going to be able to pick up the gateway units of his opponent and take them out of the fight. As he's actually about to hit a supply block. I guess his next is about to finish. Coming forward here, I mean, there's not that much for Jade. Okay, now there's a little bit more as another Stalker comes in. Photon overcharge still not ready for another 20-ish seconds. There's 4 Phoenix now out. He's going to start up a Void Ray as well to try and help him out here. And it looks like he's just going to pick up that sentry and take it down and get out of there. Takes down the Oracle as well, and I mean, Jade already losing a lot. He's down 10 army supply as well. Petit Drogo has this Void Ray about halfway done now. And Jade's just trying to simply 4-gate. I mean, it's a right ramp, you can't exactly force field it off, but I think time is just taking too long to break through the rocks here. The Mothership Core's got a photon overcharge in 3 more seconds. And once this comes in, yeah, the photon overcharge comes down and this gets turned away. Jade just doesn't really have a hope now. He's going to just try and take the fight. 4 Stalkers get lifted up, but they're all just going to go, and they're just going to go down very, very quickly here. And the Phoenix, even with another set of lifts to, get anything which is trying to retreat. And Jade is just going to keep on committing forward, but it's just not going to be successful for him at all. GG is called, or maybe not. He just taps out. And Petit Drogo takes the victory for Nuit Blanche, or Nuit Blanche, if I must. And that will set us up perfectly in time to go into Carnage Esports versus Team Extreme Supremacy as our next series of the night and our final series of the night. So guys, congratulations to Nuit Blanche. What I would call Jade, just to clarify, has that type GG in the game in the channel just afterwards. So he's not being BM. GG just afterwards. Maybe didn't press enter before he sent it or something like that. So yeah, guys, so we're going to go into Carnage Esports versus Team Extreme Supremacy. That starts in about 10 minutes time, so it'll be a bit of an extended break. So let's just talk for a couple of moments first. So first of all, congratulations to Nuit Blanche. They move through in week 1 and take down ESC, one of the favourite teams to advance to the playoffs from this group. So that's a great start for them. And again, in upcoming weeks, this victory will come back and really back them up. Considering their start, let's actually take a quick look at these current groups right now. So they're over here in Group A. So I mean, again, kind of goes, at the top, Mind Sanity, Vega Squadron, ESC, probably the 3 teams most people would put their money on definitely getting through. So ESC already with an early loss. Carnage, Extreme Supremacy, New Era Gaming, all in this group as well, all definitely, and Alternate as well. I think people would agree it's going to be these teams here which are probably really competing for the playoff spots. That being said, ECV went 3-4 against Mind Sanity this week, so it's kind of hard to say. The luck repeater will be fully updated at the end of the week, guys. So yeah, we've got Carnage Esports versus Team Extreme Supremacy starting up in 10 minutes time. That's going to be another best of 7 all kill here from SC2 Improved Team League. If you are leaving us now, then again, thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure casting for you guys. Again, we are staying online though, but if you are leaving now, if you were here for either Nuit Blanche or ESC, then and you're leaving us, then thanks for tuning in. Do consider hitting the follow button so you can see when we go live again with more games in the future. And yeah, Conj versus Team Extreme Supremacy starting up here very, very soon. A few shout-outs from Twitch followers. It's been a little while since we did these, so shout out to United Chaos, Zion Man, Slukaros, Corey SC2, Monscream, Optimus Probe, Potter695, Archetype, and Ainera, Krellololo, Alberico, Zin2Zin, Platinum Terran, Norland, and Cable Eater, all hitting the follow button in the last 2 or 3 games. So, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back here in 5 to 10 minutes with Conj Esports vs Team Extreme Supremacy, ready for our next series and final series of the night in SC2 Improved Team League Season 3, Week 1. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back here in a few moments' time with our next series, so don't go too far. This is the SC2ITL.